Hello, everyone. After 2 long days of battle, only 3,500 players remain in the World Series of Poker main event. A far cry from the 10,000 who packed the Horseshoe Casino at the start, but still quite a distance from the money, which will only be reached at 1,500 players. As day 3 begins, Davide Katai's goal won't simply be to survive. With a 60 big blind stack, the Belgian sits comfortably in the middle of the pack and has plenty of room to play the kind of poker he loves most: unconventional, creative, and fearlessly calculated. We catch up with him just minutes before play resumes, alongside a teammate who's also brought his family to Las Vegas. Let's hit the road, Dav.
Allez.
Merci mon ange.
All right, let's go. Day 3. Let's go. I hope there'll be many more of these with my friend Pierrot. Here we go. Big day ahead.
Hello.
Yo les gars.
Hello Steph.
Ça va?
Ça va, yes. Bon, t'es ready, Dav?
Ouais, très chaud.
Belle table?
Ma table, ça va, mais c'est pas... C'est tout des moyens règles qui cachent beaucoup de tournois, mais j'ai l'impression qu'ils sont quand même pros de poker, les gens.
Ok. Vous êtes dans quelle salle? Dans la même salle tous les deux?
Paris Black, tous les deux
Ouais.
à côté,
Ok.
ouais.
Et c'est qui a écrit que ça va casser en premier? Benjo a écrit ça, je sais pas si c'est vrai.
Nous, on a un peu une table similaire avec que des mecs qui jouent des 100, 400 000. Pour
Ouais.
une bulle, c'est un peu le mieux, je trouve.
Ouais, t'as pas
Parce
envie
que
quelqu'un
ils
La
sont
bulle,
à ça.
tranquilles.
ça va pas être aujourd'hui là.
Non
Si, je pense.
Normalement c'est demain. Enfin ça pareil,
Bah,
il
l'année-
faudrait demander à Benjo. Mais
L'année dernière, ils étaient à 6 de l'argent.
là vous êtes 2007, tu penses que ça va passer de 2007 à 1005 aujourd'hui en une journée?
On est plus que 2007 même.
Ouais, même plus, non?
Ouais, on est... Mais l'année dernière, en tout cas,
On est
c'était 6 de l'argent, il y avait
3005,
plus de
Ouais,
joueurs.
3005 à 1005 en un jour. Ah oui, 2007 c'est ce qui est resté.
Ouais.
Ouais. Mais de toute façon, quoi qu'il arrive, ce sera soit vraiment très proche, soit passé, je pense. Parce qu'il y a un peu moins de joueurs que l'année dernière, si je ne m'abuse.
Alors, le seul truc, c'est que d'expérience, à 100 de l'argent, ça va super vite. Quoi, quand
Ah
t'es-
ouais Ils en foutent partout,
c'est
ouais.
ouf.
Entre 100 et la bulle, ouais.
Ouais, tu vois, il y avait cette histoire où j'avais 4 blinds à 100 de l'argent.
Il a foldé tout, il a fait ITM.
J'ai foldé tout, j'ai fait l'argent avec 2,5 blinds. J'avais convaincu
Arrête.
toute la table à stall avec moi. Et l'Allemand qui était chip leader, je crois que c'est le truc le plus fou de l'histoire.
Et il a dit OK.
Il a dit ok les gars, vous avez l'air cool, on peut tous stall. Il nous laissait stall.
Et vous avez joué, genre, t'as quelle horreur.
Voilà, une horreur. Bon, les autres étaient aussi chiants, c'est juste l'allemand incroyable. Moi, à sa place, j'aurais clairement dit non. On joue vite, j'aurais appelé le time, j'aurais pas accepté.
Il était
À la
amateur,
fin,
hein.
je lui ai dit merci, vraiment, qu'est-ce que t'es sympa. Ouais. Et à l'époque, c'était pas des mini-cash 15 000, c'était 20 000. Ouais. J'étais là, waouh. Et le lendemain, je suis revenu avec 2 blinds et demi. À l'époque, c'était fin de jour 3, on jouait jusqu'à l'ITM.
Ouais.
Et j'ai rebuild un énorme stack. Ouais, c'était ouf. Ça va être l'histoire, aurait été folle si j'avais le chip.
Attends, mais tu t'as convaincu les mecs de plus jouer, quoi.
Ouais. J'ai convaincu toute la table, j'ai dit les gars, ça avantage tout le monde si on stole un peu, prenez votre temps et tout, et puis on en rigolait.
À part le
Sans de l'argent, quoi. Un tour seulement est passé sur mon
Arrête
compte. Ah, incroyable. C'était ouf.
Bon, et du coup, si on revient quand même à aujourd'hui, la dame, je veux bien.
Ouais, mais moi je suis dans la continuité un peu des jours précédents. Ça veut dire, j'essaye de jouer low variance, bien pick up mes spots,
Ok.
give up quand je suis pas sûr de moi. Tu sais quoi, j'aime pas trop ce spot. Et
Comme t'as
attendre
fait,
la
comme t'as fait
livraison.
depuis le début, donc tu dis.
ouais,
Ouais, ok.
ouais. Après, je suis un peu moins deep qu'au début, donc je sais pas, ça va me
Donc, du
faire
coup,
jouer
t'ajustes
encore
comment,
un
alors
peu plus tight encore
Ok.
normalement.
Ok.
Mais je vais un peu tâter ma table, trouver les bons spots d'open. Je regarde toujours. Hier, j'avais un beau spot d'open, c'était début de parole, tu vois. Mais normalement, c'est plutôt late, en late. Ouais. Enfin, j'avais bouton et j'aime bien checker les bons spots quand qui est au bouton, qui est dans les blinds. Et open, choisir un peu.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? C'est encore la même question que hier, mais je pense qu'elle est assez importante par rapport à ce que tu m'as dit. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe si tu te retrouves avec un ou plusieurs mecs très aggro à la table et qui te bousculent et qui.
Après, j'ai un peu analysé, ça n'a pas l'air d'être le cas.
D'accord, mais si c'est
Mais
le cas.
puis déjà, ça peut changer. Les tables peuvent casser.
Ouais, ça, il peut y avoir
il peut y avoir d'autres joueurs. Oui, il y a quelqu'un que j'ai mal analysé. Mais si c'est le cas, ça m'oblige à resserrer mes ranges et voilà, à l'attraper.
À l'attraper. Mais du coup, est-ce qu'on est encore une fois aussi sur le cas
Faut
où
pas
tu as le
avoir-
mec qui est vraiment aggro et qui te demande, tu vois, qui te demande ton
Ah.
tapis ou qui te force à jouer ton tapis, c'est quoi la posture?
C'est ça, c'est ouais, un peu comme on a dit hier, vraiment me faire confiance
Ok.
et accepter l'idée qu'on peut bust. Ouais.
Ok. Et tu dirais que tu es toujours OK avec ça ou ça change un peu au fur et à mesure que tu avances dans le tournoi ou ça reste la même chose que
Non, ça
t'avais
reste
hier?
la même chose. Ouais.
Ok.
Allez, vamos.
Super.
Messieurs,
Merci Steph, comme on a dit.
let's do this.
Allez, let's
Good
do
luck,
this.
Pierrot.
Allez.
Check.
T'as tout?
Ouais.
T'as tout le monde. On a 7 minutes, on est là beaucoup trop tôt.
Gelda.
Allez,
All right, here we go with this WSOP tune. Valentin Messina.
good luck Val.
He's used to making deep runs in this tournament. All right, this is very exciting. I'm happy to be here, very grateful. Ilan,
Ça va, les good luck, hein?
Good luck.
a Winamax streamer. I've had a bit of a look. Our table's going to break pretty quickly.
Hello.
So I couldn't really study the table much. But anyway, this is the big day. We're going to play until the money. Normally by the end of the day we will be in the money. So this really is the big day. I'm going to need to run a bit good, but that's out of my control. I'm going to try to play my A game. That I can control a bit more. Make good decisions, adapt, but have a strong survival mindset, especially now with ICM. When I put all my chips in the middle, I'll have the goods. It's a brand new day ahead. We forget everything that happened before, we accept it all, and that's it. I'm in a really good headspace.
Dealers with the blinds of 1,000 small blinds, 2,500 big blinds, 2,500 big blinds, please step up and deal.
Pocket deuce is red. I think I can open here. It's a really good opening spot. In the blinds, there are the least dangerous players. Normally, in theory, this isn't an open, but here I think they're going to respect me a bit too much. The big blind defends. The flop isn't great. This is one of the rare flops where he has a range advantage. He's a bit short. I'm not sure if he doesn't choose to lead. However, here if he checks the turn, I'm going to bet. I want to protect my hand a bit. I could have played this way with a lot of strong hands too. Alright, he folds, great. It's very important to win the first hand. That feels good. It was a bit of a borderline open, but people aren't quite fully awake yet at the start of the day. They often play a bit tighter, so I can open a bit wider. Ace jack offsuit under the gun. I'm going to open again.
Raise.
All right, everyone folds, good. So this table seems pretty good. Too bad it's going to break soon. They seem to respect raises, which is kind of what I'm looking for on day 3.
Alright, here we go, guys. These bags are required, okay? We're gonna go as a group to the other casino. Once you enter the other casino, you'll get a new table and seat assignment to your app, so have them open and ready. Guys, don't stray from the group. Don't stop at the bathroom, the bar, the craps table, the blackjack, or the baccarat, okay? Please go with the group. Don't stray away, guys. Thank you. Good luck.
They made it clear we weren't allowed to stop at the baccarat tables in case I wanted to gamble a bit. If they have to say that, it must happen from time to time.
Why do you guys move to the other casino?
I don't know.
All right, it's a long walk. I'll try to analyze my table a bit while I'm walking, because the new table is going to be very important. From what I can see, the table looks okay. I'll assess things better once I'm there. It really is a long walk from one casino to the next, but on the other hand, it does me good. It wakes me up a bit. So yeah, the important thing is going to be the table, and I need to adapt to it very quickly.
5, 6, 7, 3.
Through those double doors.
White.
Red in front, white in back, blue to the side. Gold, silver, bronze. Through those double doors, everybody. Ready, check it out. Red, white, blue.
I'm at the very back of the room. The table looks really good. That said, I sometimes recognize people better when I see their faces.
Oh, perfect timing. Hello.
Here's the table that looks pretty good. Actually pretty good. I saw there's a French player on my right. I really like this table. I don't recognize anyone at all, which is a good sign. I'm about the average age at the table, which is also a good sign.
Also, we need closure. we need prendre en vidéo, David.
Quoi?
Prendre en vidéo.
Ouais, bien sûr, c'est pas ce qui manque.
Ouais, c'est ce que je me suis dit, mais je te demande quand même.
Avec plaisir.
This about me. I'm the new. I got it. Okay. I'm here.
Wait, to one hand, right?
No, I can play. What are you saying? I can play. Yeah, it's good. I'm on the cutoff.
This guy.
Thank you.
Who the fuck is this guy?
There is enough camera.
I think he paid for the camera.
Excuse me.
They seem pretty impressed by the cameras.
He just had one card.
Where is he?
There's a player who, by the look of him, seems pretty aggressive. He opens UTG +1. I have pocket sevens on the cutoff.
Can I see your stack, please? Thank you.
I'm obviously going to call here. We've got roughly the same stack, I think. About 60 big blinds.
Well, that explains it. Just, doing a little studying. Huh?
Ah, amazing. I flopped a set and there's also an ace. That's amazing. If he has a hand like ace king, ace queen, I can win a big pot off him. I'm happy with this flop. He checks. I'd have preferred him to c-bet. Well, he checks, which can still mean he has a little something. So I'm going to bet. Come on, you can't just fold like that. There we go, he calls. Pretty often an ace here. Sometimes pocket kings, that kind of hand, but turn 6 of spades, it's not the best. I could check here sometimes, but I think I'd rather bet. There's too much value in getting called by hands like ace king, ace queen, maybe even pocket kings with the king of spades. I think he'll call too. So I've got too much value to bet on this turn. Alright, I'm going to bet 20,000. That's a little over half pot. There we go, he calls perfect. Come on, just no
Pull
spades.
the audience. I'm gonna pull. sorry.
Ah, the worst card in the deck again. Alright, I'm gonna check back. Not much reason to bet here anymore. He has ace king without a spade. Yes! Phew. I'm glad to win this pot, even though the river was unlucky. I think I could have taken an extra 50,000 on a lot of rivers. At least I won the pot, and it feels good. It was still a pretty big one. I'm off to a good start at this table, which seems pretty good. I'm feeling really confident right now. To think the dealer didn't want to give me cards at the start of the hand. Good thing I insisted. It let me win a big pot.
Raise 6,500.
The hijack opens. I have ace 10 of spades. That's a really nice hand. He's a bit short, but anyway, it's a suited hand that plays well post-flop. I'm just going to call. I don't want to risk that much pre-flop. If I 3-bet and he shoves, it would be really annoying. I'm just going to call even though I'm out of position. I trust my post-flop reads. He doesn't seem like a very dangerous player.
2 players.
The flop is so-so.
Check.
It hits his range pretty well. Oh, he checks back.
Players.
That's a good sign. The turn isn't great. I'm going to bet really small. My hand needs a bit of protection.
Raise.
How much?
7,000.
He kind of min-raised my bet. It looks like a raise to see where I'm at. I'm going to call once. It's really small compared to the size of the pot.
2 players. Check.
He's often going to check back. Ah, he didn't bet the flop and then he min-raised. He could have a hand like pocket eights. Wow, he goes all in, a massive overbet. Yeah, I've got an easy fold here with my hand. Honestly, he could have had hands. Big hands like flushes. I don't see him bluffing here anyway. It seems a bit too crazy a bluff, especially after checking the flop. I've never seen bluffs like that.
No, I hate it. It'll still be in.
The French player opens on the button. I have pocket sevens in the small blind. I think calling's a bit better.
Oh.
Alright, he folds, good. We're heads up. It plays better. The flop is decent. I'm gonna check on this turn. I also have a flush draw. I can call a bet pretty easily. Betting wouldn't accomplish much. He bets pretty big, 12,000 into 17,000. He could typically have jacks in his range. If he really has a hand like ace-jack with the ace of spades, I'm in real trouble. Well, he could also have draws himself. I can't see myself folding here. I'm gonna call once and reevaluate on the river. He checks back, that's a good sign. Alright, it wins, awesome. This pot feels good again. Pots are getting big quickly, the blinds keep rising. So these kinds of pots are very important. It makes a big difference, especially since he bet pretty big on the turn. He doesn't seem like a player who plays small ball.
Players, as you're making your way out for your break, please no running. Safety first. Do not knock anyone over. That's how.
We're coming up on the first break of the day.
Please don't run. Also, players,
It went by pretty quickly.
that means it's
I played pretty tight again.
Don't go out that door.
Again. Ah.
I really like my table. I'm pretty happy with it. That said, pots are getting big very quickly. Alright, there are still tons of people. It's packed in here. It takes a while to get back to your table. I'm at the table that's all the way at the back.
Not two, but three of the same event. In 2010, he won the Poker Players Championship. 2 years later, he came back and he won the Poker Players Championship. In 2025, this year, he won the Poker Players Championship. He now has 7 WSOP gold bracelets out of 103 cashes. Okay, guys? Now, when I say his name, I want to hear a big scream because I love this guy so much. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hollywood, Florida, collect his 7th bracelet. Please give it up for Michael the Grinder Mizrahi!
Ça va?
Bon day.
180.
All right.
Allez.
So it's with great honor that I get to award you number 7. So take it up, show it to everybody. We got
It's 3K.
Here we go, players. Welcome back. 1,500 small line. 3,000 big blind, 3,000 big blind, Andy dealers. Shuffle up and deal, please. 1,500, 3,000, 3,000, please.
Alright, things are getting serious. There are 2,800 players left. And pocket jacks under the gun. A very good hand. And there it is, this very tight player is finally all in. I saw that he's an Instagram influencer. He finally shoved and I have a real hand here, so I'm happy to call. He has 7 big blinds. What does he have? Pocket 10s, perfect, the dream. Come on, even small pots like this are important. Ah, the 10. Ah, jack. Alright, no big deal. It's not a huge one. 20,000. It's not the end of the world. I'll get him later. It was a cooler in a way. Then again, he doesn't seem too dangerous, so it's not a big deal to let him double up. He seems pretty tight. Queen 10 of hearts, the kind of hand I like to open. It plays well post flop. I know who the big blind is. What is she doing?
No. I raise.
The dealers really make a lot of mistakes here.
No, so the blind are 3K. And this is the... no, this is the small blind. No, it's good.
Hearts right.
Okay, cool. It's right.
So the big blind defended, I can't remember his name, but he's already made a World Series of Poker main event final table. He wasn't that good, he made some really odd plays. The flop isn't good, but I'm gonna c-bet anyway.
75.
A bit pricey. If he calls, it means he hit a little something. It's really not a great flop for my hand, nor for my range for that matter. Wow, he donk bets big. There's really nothing I can do. All right, well played. It's not a big deal. That big bet was a bit unusual. He might actually have a flush and be looking to get max value. This player who hasn't played a lot of hands raises on my blind. The hands he played, he showed premiums every time. I'm still going to defend King 8 offsuit. I think he's the kind of player who's easier to play against post-flop and who won't fire 3-barrel bluffs. He checks back. I think he often has a hand like ace-queen, ace-king. So that's a good sign. He would have clearly bet his overpairs. So I can bet the turn. I think he's going to fold a lot. Oh, he calls here. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, he calls. Could he be calling with ace-queen? I'm not even sure. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I should continue on the river. On a deuce, I don't want to. If draws had come in, I would have barreled for sure. On spades, on a 7, hands like that. A jack. But here, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to give up, I think. I don't want to bluff this type of player. He can sometimes play tricky with a big hand. And he could hero call me with pocket 7s, pocket 8s. He could have ace 10, ace 9, I don't know.
King guy.
King, queen of diamonds.
Yeah, you're good.
I hadn't thought of that hand. I had thought of jack queen, which I beat from time to time, but that was pretty rare. But yeah, king queen, he played it well. I like his call on the turn. He's playing 2 overcards. I would have thought he might fold that, but fair enough. No, well played. Too bad. So that makes me kind of regret not bluffing the river. That's not the game plan. Here the strategy is to play tight and pick my spots carefully. I feel like the table is okay. If I hit some hands, they could overplay. No need to rush, I still have a comfortable stack. Alright, on the button though, just like yesterday, I'm going to open a lot. The players seem pretty tight, even very tight, those in the blinds. So I'm going to open a lot. He defends. I hit top pair, I have a range advantage. I have ace kings, whereas he doesn't. He would have 3-bet his ace kings. So I'm going to c-bet. I think I have value against quite a few hands. He calls. He could have plenty of hands that I'm still beating. King Jack, King 10, flush draws, 9, 10, Ace 10. Here though, I have no reason to bet anymore. He has more jacks than me. He has quite a few jacks in his range actually, but I'm going to check back here. River 6, nothing came in. Oh man, he bets 12,000, 11,000, wow. Oh man, I think it's going to be really hard to fold this. He seemed very tight from the start. I think with a jack he would have gone a bit bigger. I don't think he's capable of value betting too thin, which doesn't particularly help me because I don't think he has queen 9s, which are hands we'd be chopping with, or queens with a bad kicker. I'm not sure he would have bet them like that, but maybe. So it's still really, really hard to fold. I think it's almost impossible to fold. Yet he's been very tight since the start. I don't have a great feeling about this, but I have a hand that's way too strong to fold. I don't see how I can fold top pair here. If we chop, I'll be happy. He could also have a flopped straight, like with King 9, 8, 9. Then again, he could also have pure bluffs from time to time. What does he do if he has 2 spades, like 7, 8 of spades? He's going to feel somewhat forced to bluff. I don't think I can fold. Plus my deuce doesn't block his bluffs. I'm watching him a bit. He really doesn't look... he looks fairly comfortable actually. But still, I've got a hand that's too strong. How am I supposed to fold top pair? I'm thinking it over a bit to be sure. I want to give my all on every decision. It's day 3 of the World Series of Poker main event. I really don't want to get it wrong, so I want to be sure of myself, but I don't see how I'm going to manage to fold this hand. We're chopping too often, even though I don't think he's bluffing. I can't see him bluffing this spot like that. And the way he's acting, his demeanor, all of that. I can't see him bluffing this spot. Oh man, can I fold this? It seems unfoldable to me. I'm practically slow rolling him at this point. This is a snap call here. How can I be hesitating this long? The King 9. Yeah, no. There aren't enough hands that beat me. Why couldn't he have a queen with a worse kicker? He could have queens with worse kickers. We'd chop. A 10 wouldn't make any sense. He's not going to value bet ace 10 here. It seems too thin. He doesn't seem like the type. But he has bluffs and he has queens. Sometimes we're chopping. All right, I hope we're chopping. I'll take a chop. What do you have? King, queen. Ah.
Nice hand.
Oh, king, queen. That stings. I had a very strong instinct that he had it, but I couldn't bring myself to fold. I had too strong a hand. It's okay. We accept it and refocus. I get back in the moment. I focused. The table is good. I'll find some spots. A bit of patience and I'll find good spots for sure. Ace 9 of spades under the gun. I'm going to open this spot. Wow, he looks like he wants to do something. He's pretty short. If he shoves, I don't think I'll be able to call. There we go, he folds, perfect. Alright, perfect. And the French player and the big blind calls. I'm fine with that. Come on, a nice flop. Yeah, the flop is decent. I have a flush draw. I'll c-bet as I would have done with a lot of hands, including over pairs. Of course, he has more fives than I do, but it's pretty hard to make sets. Alright, small bet. Oh man, he's setting up a check raise. His hand is shaking a bit. Wow, check raise. I'm not gonna fold here, obviously. I'm gonna take my time before calling. I think French players tend to be a bit looser than others. He's probably capable of bluffing here. He could also have draws weaker than mine. That would be the dream. Oh, no spade. Oh man, that's not the best. It doesn't change things much, but oh well. He could have big draws, hands like 6-7 of spades. He bets 20,000, wow. That's a big bet relative to my stack. This hand is absolutely crucial. It's going to be super important. I don't see myself folding here. I sometimes have the best hand. It's going to be tough for him to continue if I call. I often have an overpair if I call. Come on, give me a spade. Give me a spade. One time. Come on, a spade. A third 5 on the board is not a bad card. It cuts down the chances of him having a 5. So I think he often has draws that missed. I often have the best hand. There's not much point in betting. My ace high is often good. I'm very confident here. What do you have? Oh. Oh, that one stings. King Jack. Wow. Not sure what he was doing there. Good thing I didn't turn my hand into a bluff on the river. Wow, I'm not sure about his play. For starters, his hand is too strong on the flop to need to check raise. He can just check call comfortably. I don't know what got into him.
Thank you, guys.
French players often want to make
Good luck,
plays
everyone.
against me.
Have a good time.
They can't help themselves from making crazy plays against me. Oh man, that hand hurts. That was a very expensive pot. What a terrible turn. Plus, on a spade, I'm sure he would have bluffed. If the turn was a spade, he'd have kept going. He had the king of spades. Oh man, that's brutal. On the flop, I have 80% when he check raises me. Oh man.
$6,000.
All right, they're very tight. I keep opening my button. Call again from the big blind. It's
Can you
not a
change
big
this?
deal. I'm back in the moment. Right now, every hand matters. It's fine. I forget about it. I forget that hand. I was definitely tilting, but now I'm back to the current hand. I'm not hitting flops at this table. All right, I'm going to c-bet really small. If he didn't hit, he's going to fold. It's really important that he folds. Oh man, he calls. He must have hit a little something. Turn king, wow. This card forces me to continue here. This hand is important. I don't want a triple barrel bluff, but I kind of have to double barrel as a bluff. This player is very tight. He's capable of folding even a jack if I keep firing. All right, a small bet. I still bet 40% of the pot though. It's so important that he folds. Come on, I'm begging you, fold. Oh man, come on, I'm begging you, yes. Yes, let's go. Every hand matters. I'm not losing hope here. Amazing. All right, I'm back in the game a bit. I'm almost back to 100,000. Oh, I know this player, Eric Afriat. He's a player from Quebec.
Hello.
He's been on the circuit for a long time. Very, very nice guy. He's been playing for a long time. He's pretty loose pre-flop. He has a lot of chips.
Raise 6,000. Raise 6,000.
King 8 offsuit in the small blind. I'm just getting a limp nice and easy.
Call.
I often have the best hand with king high.
Check. Check.
I hit my king.
Check.
He bets a small 5,000 here. I don't really see what he can have. He can sometimes have a deuce and play it like this, which would be very tricky. Oh man, he makes a really big bet here, an overbet.
45.
How did you eat again? You eat something? Ace, juice, king. What can you have?
That looks like a genuine smile.
You have a juice.
It would be sick to bluff here. I'm representing a lot of aces. He expects me to call with an ace.
It's tough to bluff this one.
I don't think he's bluffing. I'm trying to talk to him a bit, pick up some information. He sometimes makes odd plays, but this one is really odd. I can't see him overbetting here as a pure bluff. It just seems too odd. I think if he was going to bluff, he would have started on the flop. It's a bit weird, yeah. Alright, big fold.
That's why you're so good.
Wow, he shows me a deuce. It's crazy how much they're hitting at my table.
It's good to see it, no?
What?
It's good to see it.
I'm good but unlucky.
What?
I'm good but unlucky.
That's what I was saying on the other table. Couldn't win a hand. Brutal. Here? See, it's crazy.
Good fold, Dav. That wasn't an easy one, especially against an amateur player known for being unpredictable. Aside from that, though, the start of this third day hasn't been ideal. You're down to less than 80,000 chips, just 26 big blinds to try and mount a comeback. Let's hope the momentum swings back your way soon in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.